All right, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shemal Shai, by Shema Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. And I'm gonna play a couple of clips, just update on what's going on around the world. Uh, you know, Jake, I'm not paying attention to this type of stuff, man. But the elect gonna get it all, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the scripture real quick. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, right? A thief sneaks up on you, man. Blessed is he that watcheth. Watcheth for what? These prophecies, man. The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You're supposed to be watching for stuff like this that's going on in the world, man. That's why we say it's happening. What's happening now is the worst time to live in because it's happening all over the world. It's not just happening in one spot, and it's happening all over the world and breaking records. Let me see what the time is. But this is back to Revelation 16. It says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment. Right, keepeth the truth. You're supposed to hold on to the truth. You're not supposed to walk out. You're supposed to hold on to this word until Yahweh Shema Shai get back, man. So you can get your crown. Lest he walk naked, meaning not having the truth, and they see a shame, and the shame is to not continue in the truth, man. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 12. It says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me. And the reward is the kingdom of heaven, to give every man according as his work shall be, right? So if you do this truth and stay in it, you're going to get the kingdom of heaven, man. So, that's why we put up these videos, going on the highways and byways and doing everything that pertains to these scriptures, man. So we're going to start with this video.
Це місто Львів. Виносять туди пошту. All right. This is in Toronto.
Leave while you can.
People in Toronto are waking up this morning after a wild night. An intense storm brought flash floods that left many waterlogged and stranded. This was last night in a western downtown neighborhood of Toronto. Cars plunging full speed into floodwaters, only to find themselves getting stuck. Look at that. Those are just some of the scenes from the storm. Megan Fitzpatrick is in downtown Toronto, where people are dealing with the extensive damage this morning. So, Megan, what is the situation where you are?
Well, Catherine, we're in a neighborhood in downtown Toronto called Liberty Village. There are a lot of condo buildings around here and then a lot of businesses as well. And we know some residents here affected by that heavy downpour late last night. Some residents of the condo buildings around here posting video on social media of water pouring in through the ceilings, into the hallways and the lobbies of their buildings, as well as an underground parking garage that was flooded with a deluge of water as well. And we know a lot of the businesses around here mopping up some soggy floors this morning. People are out here with their umbrellas making their way to work this morning and walking their dogs, getting a bit soaked. So again, as you can see, the water's still coming down, the rain's still coming down here in Toronto, and it was quite a scene last night in this city. A lot of transit users affected, people, however they were trying to get around the city affected. Not far from where we are, Catherine, there was a TTC streetcar that got stuck as it was passing through an underpass in this part of the city, and not too far away from here, we know there were a couple of cars that were also stranded, and the Toronto Police Marine Unit had to help those motorists get out of their cars. But that wasn't the most dramatic rescue we heard about last night. There was also another story of two men who were trapped in an elevator of an apartment building in Toronto that was down in the basement of that building, and they were submerged in about 6 feet of water. Toronto police saying they were keeping their heads above water by standing on the railways within the elevator. And when police arrived, they were called and got there about 11 o'clock last night. The police were able to get down to the elevator and pry the doors open with a crowbar. The two men in there only had about a foot left of space to keep their heads above the water and to breathe. So they were able to get out safely. Obviously, great timing that the police got there so quickly and were able to get in there and help them out. One man suffering a bit of a hand injury, but nothing serious, no need for hospitalization or anything like that. So quite a dramatic rescue we've heard about last night. Otherwise, a lot of people in this city affected in other ways, again, trying to make their way around this city. We know the train that goes from Union Station in downtown Toronto out to the airport, Toronto Pearson Airport, had to stop service last night. So some travelers in and out of Toronto likely affected by that last night. It has resumed service this morning, things back to normal, both on the UP Express as well as the TTC, but commuters are being warned to expect some delays, Catherine, and some people still dealing with some power outages. There were more than 16,000 people in Toronto last night who had their power go out, and Toronto Hydro working to get that restored as quickly as possible. So why did this all happen? Quite simply because a lot of rain came down very quickly last night. Environment Canada did put out a storm warning saying people should expect up to 100 millimeters, and we know a lot of that did fall within about a 2-hour period. So obviously the streets flooded and other infrastructure just couldn't handle the heavy amount of rain. And again, it's still coming down this morning. So people here in Toronto starting off their day in a very soggy way, Catherine, and it might be a bit slower for them to get to work or wherever they're going this morning.
Okay, thanks for that, Megan Fitzpatrick in Toronto.
She said quite simply, it's because rain came down and all this extra shit. But this is prophecy, man. It's Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire, right? So these storms created, from the rain and stuff that came from these storms created these little flash floods and stuff, man. And this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die, right? So, if you've been through a lot and ain't died yet, it's because it ain't the time to die. The Lord got a time for that, man. But it says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which was planted. Right, so America was planted, and they had their roaring 20s. They had their little glory days and all that stuff, man. Now it's time for this place to be uprooted. And this is this is what you see going on. This is the downfall of America. How do we know that? Because it's in the scriptures as prophecy. But you have to be of the elect, man, to get this understanding, man. Because this truth wasn't given to everybody, man. It's only given to select individuals, the elect, man. This Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So the prophets get the secrets, the mysteries of the Bible. And that's to know what's to come and, what's going on in this world, man. Because everybody else panicking. Everybody else don't nobody want to watch the news no more. There's a lot of people going crazy out here, man. But all right.
A fire tornado has ravaged parts of a city in California, killing one firefighter. The churning funnel of smoke and flames was some 300 meters wide at its base and shot 12 meters into the sky. It erupted in the middle of a wildfire that has been burning since the 23rd of July.
I was there about 2 o'clock the following morning after it had gone through West Reading and was able to see the homes that were destroyed and damaged. Destroyed as far as, as what you would think you would see in a hurricane or tornado type wind structures. Roofs were removed, shingles were removed, large trees were uprooted, laying on the homes.
A number of abnormal conditions likely contributed to the tornado, including record heat in the Sacramento Valley and cool high-speed winds from the coast.
All right. All right, this is a fire whirl. A fire whirl, also commonly known as a fire devil, or in many cases, erroneously, as a fire tornado, fire swirl, or fire twister, is a whirlwind induced by a fire, and often made up of flame or ash. They usually start with a whirl of wind or smoke. Fire whirls may occur when intense rising heat and turbulent wind conditions combine to form whirling eddies of air. These eddies can contract into a tornado-like vortex that sucks in burning debris and combustible gases. It says fire whirls are sometimes colloquially called fire tornadoes, but are not usually classifiable as tornadoes, as the vortex in most cases does not extend from the surface to the cloud base. Also, even in such cases, even those fire whirls are not classic tornadoes, in that their vorticity derives from surface winds and heat-induced lifting, rather than a tornadic mesocycle aloft. All right. So, to end this off, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. Hold on. Yep. Verse 28, it says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. At the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Right. Fire, right. That's the spirit that's out there, man. And it's killing people. They're not going to, get the true number, but, in some news articles, they give you how many people done died. It says, in hail and famine. And, a lot of these fires and floods is causing famine in a lot of these places. Famine is a lack of food, man. They got to wait till the government bring them food and stuff, man. And, that'd be taking a long time. And death. All these were created for vengeance. teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. Right, so this is for the wicked to be destroyed by. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So, with that being said, all praise to Hashem Shai.